even lower. Woody Willis reports tonight the newly appointed purchasing director showed up to talk about it with City Council, but left without explaining anything.
Maurice Collins, the new purchasing director, was ready to explain until he received word from the law department the administration didn't want to discuss anything connected with a pending lawsuit. Dismantling the old stadium took a turn for the peculiar, according to the contractor who thought he had the deal made, when Collins discovered another envelope a few hours later, opened it, and said the winner is Cuyahoga Wrecking.
Seemed like a couple hours after we opened the bids up, they found the bid. And so the next day, this guy beats me out $6,000.
Bottom line is there's a bidding procedure. My client made a timely bid and it's the low bid. The fact that they discover a bid 2 hours later or the next day or the next month that's a couple of $1,000s lower, we don't think matters at all.
To complicate confusion, some city council members say Myrick's company has recently defaulted on a city contract for housing demolition.
The information I have from the city engineer's office that they went default on a contract and the city had to tear down 46 buildings. 2 or 3 weeks ago, the city engineer told us it was costing an average of $5,000 per building.
Fearing the wrecking ball would soon deprive them of a shrine, sports fans are taking an unauthorized opportunity to get a piece of nostalgia.
This is Olympia. I mean, what more can you say?
And just to walk around and reminisce and say, we used to kick cups in this corner.
The parking lot at the Olympia is busy again. Of course, these fans may dismantle the joint brick by brick, which would save everyone aggravation, except contractors like Mr. Myrick, who figure the job is worth about $320,000 American. Of course, as long as legal issues are raised and unanswered, these fans may have longer than 2 weeks to search for memories. On the West Side, Woody Willis, Channel 2 Eyewitness News.
A court hearing for Mr. Myrick was set for 1 week from Friday, but because the city hasn't formally awarded the contract, it could be delayed for some time.
Did somebody in Detroit's purchasing department goof over the demolition of Olympia Stadium? Joe Weaver has some thoughts on that and his perspective this evening.
Well, council had another mess on its collective hands today. Who should tear down old Olympia Stadium? Shades of the infamous Blitz bus deal. You remember that one. The contractor who knew several old Detroit buses went off to Chicago to a crony and campaign contributor of Coleman Young before council knew what hit them. Council is by charter supposed to approve those contracts before the work starts. In the Blitz bus deal, the work was almost done before council got wind of it. Now comes the lucrative contract to demolish the memory-laden home of the Detroit Red Wings. Eagle Wrecking Company thought they had the deal sewn up. But somebody in the city's purchasing department missed a couple of bids, which weren't even opened, one bid lower than the other half dozen or so. Unlike the Blitz bus deal, which was pure cronyism, the Olympia demolition is pure sloppiness in a department which spends multi-millions of city tax dollars each year. With that kind of huge responsibility, I can't see any excuse for messing up this badly. Detroit's purchasing department has a new director recently appointed by Mayor Young. Maybe he's the reason for the foul-up. But since he decided to stay away from council today, that will probably remain a secret within the walls of the purchasing department forever. I'm Joe Weaver, and that's my perspective.
If you would like a copy of Joe's perspective this evening, you can get it by writing in care of Joe Weaver, Post Office Box 2000, Southfield, Michigan, 480.
For the week, Ralph.